Welcome to Leading Thoughts from LeadingAge. I'm Michelle Kent, President and CEO of LeadingAge New Jersey. We advocate and represent on behalf of nonprofit, mission-driven facilities and services across the state for seniors. Today, we're taping at Forest Gate Country Club, where we have just had the LeadingAge New Jersey annual awards event. And I'm thrilled to have with us one of the award recipients. That was the Excellence in Innovation Award, which was won by Seashore Gardens and Living Center for one of their new and very exciting programs. And I have with me Janice Cambron, who's the Executive Director of Seashore Gardens Living Center. Welcome, Janice.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm pleased to be here.
So tell me about this trail thing, the Alzheimer's, what's the correct name? Sensory Trail, Healing Garden, and Learning Lab.
Well, we developed the garden and sensory trail in our Comfort Care neighborhood, which is for Alzheimer's. And before then, the courtyard really was very bland, and it had a little trail, but was underutilized. So we dedicated this past year to Alzheimer's and Alzheimer's awareness and kicked off with the Glenn Campbell movie that we showed at Stockton University in an area synagogue. And with that, we were able to really look at this trail to make it into something not only our residents and families and community could enjoy, but also we were able to make it very interactive by adding the garden.
So explain that to me, because the popular perception is that people with Alzheimer's really can't interact well with their environment. So how does this differ?
Well, this differs in that they have a walking path, and as they walk around, they are able to see an area that's dedicated to butterflies and a butterfly bush. There's an area for hummingbirds, and then we have raised gardens so they can get their hands dirty and work with growing tomatoes, growing herbs. We had a giant eggplant. So it really helps them remember those days when they were doing gardening and doing flowers and other kinds of things. And we're able to bring other groups in besides just the families that come in and help us. But we have the Free to Be children that came in and helped us with the pumpkin patch, and they ended up doing face painting on the pumpkins. So we really look forward to a lot of other things we can do with the garden, because the garden is not stagnant.
So what is Free to Be?
Free to Be is a daycare center that is associated with Stockton University.
Okay.
We have a nice relationship with Stockton. A lot of our alumni are with us, and we do a number of internships.
Oh, nice.
So it's really a way for people to start learning, the students
That's the learning lab component of what you do. So it's interesting to me because I know that as people live longer, more people have some form of dementia or will develop it, Alzheimer's being one of those, and that I suppose, tell me if I'm wrong, that the garden provides such a multitude of stimuli that if they don't respond visually, there might be tactile, or I don't know, maybe something they smell, or is that?
Well, we purposely designed it so all five senses will be stimulated, so that there's ways they'll pick the herbs and they'll take it in their hand and go like this, and do you want to smell it? They'll smell it. So that in and of itself, is all the senses of sight, hearing, and smell. And then listening between the birds and the chimes. It's just a wonderful way that your sensories are excited, but yet in a comfortable way.
Yeah.
Very relaxing.
Not threatening, not loud.
I tell the story about Rose that had Alzheimer's, and it was her sundowning time, and she was,
sundowning,
difficult.
maybe you can tell us.
That's usually a time of the day when an Alzheimer's resident becomes agitated, paces. And I walked her out into the garden, and she immediately calmed down, and we walked around, and she pointed things to me. We were smelling the flowers, and we sat in the pergola, and we were looking at the patterns that the pergola makes. And she clearly, when we went over to the herbs, and very distinctly in a full sentence, told me, "This is for the kitchen."
Oh,
and
wonderful.
the whole thing we did non-verbally till that point. And it's just remarkable how it can affect someone and that has Alzheimer's, but then the families come out and they bring the residents out, and that interaction, it's wonderful to see, and I'm so glad we could do it.
Yeah, and not that it's not without work putting it together, but it's relatively low budget putting a little garden together, right? And,
well, our staff were very passionate about this, and they did a lot of work on it. We were able to get funding, and we got the materials, and they made the pergola. They had to take the fence and redesign the fence, put up the lighting, and then the master gardeners were in from Rutgers and Atlantic Care, so they were digging up holes and plants and redoing things and putting in pavers.
So you told me you have plans for next year to keep ever improving?
Yes. We have plans for a composter and also rain-catching barrels to make it more ecological, as well as we're planning a jazz ensemble program and quite a few other things. And besides growing our vegetables, we did our first dinner, farm to fork, where we took the vegetables that we grew and we had a dinner for the families and the residents. Awesome. And we'll have more of that.
That's terrific. Gee, this is a wonderful program. I really can see why you were the recipient of this award, Janice. And thanks to all your staff, everyone at Seashore Gardens Living Center, for such vision and then implementing it. And I'm sure you're doing something really good for those individuals with Alzheimer's that you serve. So thank you. We're happy to have you.
We were very appreciative of the award. Thank you very much to LeadingAge New Jersey.
So once again, I'm Michelle Kent from LeadingAge New Jersey. I'm delighted you could join us. I hope, if you don't know about us, that you'll consider visiting our website, leadingagenj.org, or tweet us at leadingagenj. We'd love to hear from you if you have ideas about how we can improve our association, or indeed how we can have new and different video casts like this one that would be of interest to you. Thank you so much.